Hey yo, what up, what up, what up? It's Lemekh with selahsportstv. Got a fight tonight. Can't call it a big fight, but we do have a fight tonight, so you know why I'm here. You know, same one of them channels where I just get on here and just talk just for nothing. Like, if it ain't nothing to talk about, I'm not gonna be on here. I got other shit that I could do, right? I got other shit to do. So, um, Jesus Christ. Um, yeah, I got, other stuff that I could be doing. So there is something to talk about. So here I am, right? Canelo and John Ryder. It's the fight that we all wanted, right? We all ain't this the fight we've been asking for? No, it ain't. It's like this is literally not a fight that anybody asked for. Nobody asked for it. The only person that asked for it was Canelo, right? And that's pretty much, this ain't a Canelo hate video, whatever. I know Canelo cocksuckers, whatever. You can't criticize anybody, these days in sports, whatever, or in general. But that's typically what we've been getting from Canelo, right? And it's a reason for that. I'm going to touch on that probably a little bit later on in this video. But once you start calling people like the face of boxing and all that shit, now it's like they have this elevated, this entitlement where they feel like they can do whatever the fuck they want, right? He's literally said, I do what I want. I do what I want. Viva la Mexico! Right? All that shit, right? He thinks he's gonna get support for fighting anybody. And no, we know Canelo cocksuckers, they'll support it, no problem. But boxing fans, that's not cool, bro. It's not. Like, no, we know you can't fight everybody, but you ain't fighting none of the people that people ask you to fight. You go up there and fight B-Ball and say, I'm chasing greatness. And then when you lose, you say, oh, I lost because he was a bigger guy. Then when the guy says, B-Ball hears that shit, and it's like, damn, you couldn't even give me my fucking credit, dude. You shorted me on the contract. I ain't get paid like I should have for fighting you. I whipped your ass. Wasn't close. And now it's because I'm bigger. Right? So you talking about, yeah, you want a rematch, but you want to do it at 175 again. Like, why? So that you can complain about him being bigger again? That makes no fucking sense. So people are like, nah, we're going to fight again. I'm taking your belts. I'm taking them down there at 168. I'm removing all your excuses. And we ain't heard shit about that fight since. Right? I say this all the time. Real gotta recognize real. Right? Real just got, all you gotta do is peep game. Energy is visible. It is. With all that said, no, we didn't ask for this fight. Nobody wanted this fight, right? But aesthetically, I think it's a good fight. I think it'll be a good fight. I know, call me crazy. I think this will be a good fight. Like, I don't see John Ryder getting blown out the water. I don't. I think this will be a better fight than the Triple G fight. It'll be better than Caleb Plant fight. It'll be better than, it'll be better, it'll be a good fight. Because John Ryder is no bitch in that guy. He's going to fight you. Right? He's not the most skilled fighter. But he does have tremendous heart and will. That's how he got here. Right? He wasn't even supposed to be in this position. But it's just sheer grit and determination. Let me start doing this because I'm about to head into a workout, bro. I think it'll be an entertaining fight also because, in my opinion, right? Just me, Lemekh. In my opinion, Canelo is coming back down to earth, right? He was on a run there around the time, like the Danny Jacobs and the when he fought Crusher, right? Even though the Crusher fight, that was the most weird fight I've ever seen in my fucking life. But it was still a highlight knockout, right? Drained him, all that shit. Like, it was a highlight knockout. Crusher needed money, so he signed one of them dumb contracts. either way, Canelo, he hasn't looked as dominant. I'm going to say his last 3 to 4 fights, right? That's Triple G, Bivol, Triple G, Bivol, Caleb Plant, and I'm going to say Billy Joe Saunders. Like, the last time Canelo looked really, really good in the fight, I would say the Colin Smith fight. I thought he looked great in that fight, you know? Yeah, I thought Canelo fought good in that fight, right? That was the last time he looked like, oh, Canelo, like, you know, he's up here and everybody else is. I haven't seen that guy since, you know, and it's okay. Like, the guy's got over 50 fights. He's got 50-something fights, bro. Like, he has a lot of fights under his belt. He's been fighting for a long time. So, yeah, I do think I think Canelo's still a great fighter, right? Because just off of muscle memory, like, he's just going to be a great fighter, right? But I do believe he's on the back 9 of his career, though. I do believe that. I think his career has more yesterdays than tomorrows, right? And one thing I think we all know about this sport is this sport has a brutal way of showing you that you are no longer him, right? Boxing has a very, very harsh way of showing you ain't him. You ain't him no more, right? Very, very brutal way, you know. And all the greats had to go through it, except Floyd Mayweather, right? I know, I get it. I mean, Floyd, he fought a different type of career than most of the guys that I'm thinking about right now. His career, he was chasing a different type of greatness. I can respect it because he was able to achieve what he wanted. Like, what I don't respect is these other fighters trying to copy his blueprint without copying the blueprint for real. You know, they want to get to Money Mayweather without being Pretty Boy Floyd first. You know, that guy was stopping everybody. As a lightweight, at 140, all that, he was stopping motherfuckers. Everybody. Right? That motherfucker was a knockout artist. So, yeah, he didn't start boxing. I mean, I ain't gonna say boxing, but he didn't start, you know, touching motherfuckers, like just touching them until his hands got fucked up. But we all know that. My point is, Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Sugar Ray Leonard, all these guys get to a point where the sport shows them you're no longer him. I would add another name, Marvin Hagler. Marvin Hagler, Calzone, right? I know, I get it. There's guys out there. It was a few guys who pretty much left the game on their own terms, you know, but I don't really deal with outliers. There's always going to be an outlier. I deal with where the numbers are, right? I go with the numbers. And on, like, the overwhelming majority of fighters get escorted out the game by getting embarrassed in the ring, right? John Ryder, very rough and tumble, right? He'll hit you on the elbows, hit you in the shoulders, hit you in your ribs, like, he'll hit you. Like, if he can hit you, wherever he can hit you, he's gonna hit you. I like fighters like that. I do. Like, fighters like that, I like them. Because that's the hurt business, right? That ain't Usyk. That ain't that shit Usyk does. Right? That boop, oop, boop, I booped your nose again. Ah, boop, boop. I don't like that style of, I don't like it. I mean, everybody, you know, got their preferences, right? Everybody got their preferences. But, John Ryder ain't that. Now, he ain't super skilled. He ain't gonna show you, like, all the moves, no. He's not going to do that. He's going to march forward and throw a lot of punches and try to wear you down over time. You know, his thing is breaking you down physically. That's John Ryder's game. And there's some danger there for Canelo. I mean, obviously, it's some danger for John Ryder, too. Like, Canelo is the far superior fighter, right? I mean, they got to prove it in the ring, but Canelo, his body of work is it's not even close to John Ryder. But I keep saying that doesn't matter. That does not matter. You know, John Ryder is very rough and tumble. I don't see John Ryder getting stopped by Canelo. I don't see it. I mean, we know how it works. I don't see that, but what I did see was Buster Douglas knock Mike Tyson out. So if that can happen, would I be surprised if John Ryder got knocked out by Canelo? No, I wouldn't. You see? So, and I throw that out there so none of you Canelo cocksuckers come over here. Well, actually, I don't care. Come on over. Like, drop your comments, whatever. But I'm telling you, it wouldn't surprise me. Do I think that's gonna happen? No, I don't think that's gonna happen. John Ryder has some serious momentum coming into this fight tonight, man. He does. And I say that even though he got screwed in that Callum Smith fight. I thought he won that fight. I thought he definitely, but you know, his name wasn't, at the time, his name wasn't as big as Callum Smith. Now he's kind of, if he can come up with another performance, he doesn't even have to win. If he just put up a good performance tonight, make Canelo work for it, you know, touch Canelo up, he can do a lot for himself, for his career. Right? That's how this game works. One thing you can count on from John Ryder, he's going to stay in character no matter what. It don't matter what he get hit with. If he's not knocked out, he's going to stay in character. Right? Of course, if he get hit with some dumb shit and gets badly hurt, yeah, you probably see him grab, you know, get him in a clinch. But what you won't see is him get hit and start getting twinkle toes, right? Running around the ring. I don't see that. that wouldn't be in character for him. You know? That wouldn't be in character. So I don't see that happening. I do think here's the thing. I'm not gonna hold you with this. Let's get to the prediction, right? Let's get to my prediction for this fight. I think Canelo will box this guy, right? I think we'll see him get back to his upper body movement, head movement, you know, the stuff that like made him great to begin with. You know, I think we'll see him kind of moving away from this, ooh, I'm a power puncher. I'm throwing all these, I'm loading up on everything. I don't think we'll see that. I don't think that'll work out in his favor. Why get into a bang out with this guy? Canelo has more levels than a John Ryder, so like, I don't think that would be smart. Like, take him somewhere where he can't go. Make John Ryder box. Make him work for his meal, right? So when I say Canelo will box this guy, what I'm saying is Canelo should box this guy. Because I don't know. I had no idea he was going to fight Bivol like that. That was the dumbest fight plan I've ever seen in my fucking life. That was stupid. I don't know who the fuck he thinks. Sometimes I think Canelo believes a little bit too much in his power, right? I think he believes in his power a little bit too much. Like, you can punch, especially off the counter, right? That's where his power is, in the counter shots. But like, he just thinks he's just gonna walk people down and like, just bring it off on every. That ain't you, bro. You don't hit that hard. Like, I knew he wasn't gonna knock Danny Jacobs out, right? Now, when you start talking about Caleb Plant and Billy Joe Saunders, like, I wasn't surprised they got stopped, right? But I knew he wasn't knocking out Danny Jacobs. I knew he wasn't gonna stop Bivol. I did think he was gonna win that Bivol fight though. I did. I knew he wasn't gonna stop him though. Like he ain't. You punch good off the counter. So if he gets back to that in this fight, I think he wins this fight easily. You know, if you get into a pissing match with John Ryder, now you enter in the danger zone, right? But my prediction, I have Canelo winning this fight by unanimous decision. I mean, Jesus Christ, the fight's in Guadalajara, Mexico, right? Do you think John Ryder is going to come out of there with a victory? The only way John Ryder wins this fight is by knocking Canelo clean the fuck out. That's the only way. And he still might not get the decision. I mean, who knows? They might give Canelo some smelling salts, wake him back up, and send him back out there. I'm just saying, I've seen some weird shit in this boxing space, man. It's almost getting moved away from sports into this pure entertainment. Like some WWE type. We're getting there. It seems like it's going there, bro. So, yeah, I got Canelo by unanimous decision. I think it will be an entertaining fight. And by when I say I think it'll be I just think that's what the scorecards are gonna say. By the end of the fight, it's gonna say unanimous. Hell, John Ryder, he could go in there and outperform Canelo. By the end of those scorecards, it's gonna say Canelo by unanimous decision. That's my prediction, right? They down there in Mexico, bro. So, we'll see. That's why they fight the fights. And then, after the fight, then we can go back to this, or y'all can go back to that weird shit that y'all been talking about. He's the face of boxing. No, he's not. He's the face of boxing. No, my favorite fighter is the face of boxing. You motherfuckers are gay, man. Why you give a fuck about that? The face of boxing? The face of boxing. That's what grown men are talking about. The face of boxing. What does that even fucking mean, bro? That shit is corny. It's borderline gay. Y'all sound like a bunch of faggots. For real. Don't talk that face of boxing shit around me, man. Like, I don't ever remember my grandfather, my father, my uncles growing up. Cause I'd be there while he's watching the fight. Sugar Ray, Hagler, watching all them fights. I was there. Right there, probably playing with my little brother on the floor while they watching the fight, taking it all in. Never heard them talk about no fucking face of boxing. And they had guys who definitely fit the description for what y'all talking about. That faggot shit that y'all talking about, they had guys that fit that description. Muhammad Ali, icon. Right? Sugar Ray Leonard. I didn't even hear Floyd Mayweather call himself the face of boxing. Like that, y'all gotta stop repeating everything that you see these weird old media people do. Like, let them be the weird ones. Now y'all online talking about who's the face of boxing. And while I'm at it, a lot of shit is stupid. Like these dumbass all these pound for pound lists, that shit ain't real. The face of boxing is not real. It's not a real thing. It's not a real title. It's just some fanboy shit. Pound for pound list, not real. All subjective to everybody got a different criteria, right? That shit ain't real either. All these dumbass lists, these Mount Rushmores, and shut the fuck up. Just because that shit is, and it ain't just boxing with that, but that shit, it takes away from whatever sport. It takes away from the sport. It creates more narrative stuff instead of the game. Let's just watch the game and deal with what happened in the game. Oh, if Steph beats LeBron in this series, then he replaces him on Mount Rushmore. That shit ain't real. Steph been better than LeBron James. The fuck? Why he need this? to validate anything. And it's a team fucking sport. Like, see what I'm saying? It's narrative bullshit. That's just narrative shit. So let that shit die. That face of boxing. If you love the sport, let that go away. Because y'all don't understand what you're doing. Like I said, I see energy. So when y'all do shit and do stupid shit, I float the motto out there and see what it does to the sport. It's not good. That's how you end up with fighters talking about, I do what I want. I can do whatever I want and fight whoever I want. Right? You can call this guy a horrible fighter, undefeated, right? Had you lined up, wanted to fight you, and you left. Like, you went somewhere to a different division, like, but he's horrible. Go beat him. What makes Caleb Plant not a horrible fighter, but Demetrius Andrade a horrible fighter? What makes Billy Joe Saunders not a horrible fighter? A motherfucker who was supposed to fight Andrade and got caught cheating. What makes him not horrible? To where you can fight him but not Andrade. See, why? Because you gave him this crown, this imaginary crown. Motherfucker ain't got no crown. He ain't the king of shit. Get away from these titles. Let's get back to the sport. That's all I got. If you like the video, throw that straight right to the like button. Peace.